I always forget that part. Yes, definitely. Gratitude is attached to emotions, right? So it's like you're in gratitude because you feel in that state of like you said, like a kid, like carefree and happy. Um,
Yeah, like a kid who just received a toy that they've been wanting for 6 months. And then they said, we'll see what Santa Claus brings or whatever. And then on Christmas morning, it's like, but this is before whatever it is even comes. For
mm,
me, that's
yes,
what it's like.
nice. I like that. Anybody else want to share what gratitude means in your definition of it?
In my definition, it's a form of having faith. It's like believing that something good is coming your way, and you are giving thanks and having gratitude before it gets there. You know, being thankful in advance.
I love that. And that's right. I agree with that too. Because you have to. Like I said, you can't allow the flow of the thing if you're being resistant by being angry that's not there or being sad or jealous that somebody else might have it, right? So, absolutely good answer, good answer. So what if gratitude isn't just something that we say, like y'all are saying, it's something that we feel. Like both examples that you guys gave were about feelings, right? So a lot of people think gratitude and they think about making a list of things that they're thankful for, which is good too, right? That's great. But gratitude is absolutely reflected in our emotional state. So if you're constantly worried, frustrated, angry, resentful, um, or focused on what's missing, hold on, somebody's trying to get in. Let me see if I can help them out. I don't know how to help them out. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I'm helping. Let's see if it'll let her in. Um, yeah. So yeah, making a list of things that you're grateful for, that's good, right? But gratitude is emotion. So if you're worried, frustrated, constantly angry, resentful, focusing on what you don't have, that's creating resistance, right? So when it's resistance, it's like this. This is the thing that you're trying to get, and the resistance of all of those low vibrational feelings is blocking the flow of the thing that you want. But when you're peaceful, hopeful, optimistic, appreciative, that excited, joyful feeling that Wanda was just talking about, or even just simply enjoying the present moment, then that's when you create a flow, right? So that's the resistance of the negative emotions. The gratitude emotions are flow. And then you can allow the thing to come in that you're trying to, not trying to, I don't like to use the word try because try is doing with the intent to fail, but the thing you're calling in. So keep in mind if the emotions of peace, happiness, joy, they are vibrations of gratitude and they call in the things that you want, the opposite is true of those lower vibrational things. You will keep calling in the things that you don't want because you're stuck focusing on those negative things, right? So, have you ever had a day where you're like excited and just like not really excited, but you just had an amazing day, but nothing special happened? Does anybody have that memory or idea of something where you just had a great day? Like it was just a regular day, but it just felt really good. Like you might have had the coffee that you ordered was perfect. The weather, like Lauren was like, the weather's beautiful. So, I mean, that's not how she sound, but you know what I'm saying. It could be the weather, it could be hanging out with friends, or maybe somebody gave you a nice compliment. You know what I'm saying? So in those moments, you weren't like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you every 5 minutes, but you felt good. You were appreciating life. You were just taking
Mm-hmm.
in the moment and those good feelings, that vibration, it sparks the gratitude, without saying thank you, without saying I'm grateful, without making a list of the things, that you should be grateful for. It's all about the emotional conversation that you're having, right? The vibrational frequency that you're operating from.
Yeah, I've had days like that before, and I've had quite a few of them lately.
Mm.
Um, I would say in the past 90 days. Just happy for no reason. And I would say, why am I so happy? And I'm like, whatever it
I
is, just
love it.
accept
And look
it.
at you doing ask formations. See how you did that? Like, even though you're in the moment of happiness, even asking that question makes you even more happy because you feel like, yeah, I am happy, you know.
Hmm.
That's great. You calling in some big things then. That means you're number one in this creative competition.
I say it every day. I am the people's artist.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm at work, but I'm gonna get on camera while I talk. But I would say the same thing. Like within the last, I say since I moved, I just wake up happy for no reason. Like I even wrote a song about it, and it just feels so good. Like just I don't know, the energy in my life has shifted like so much in the last, I'm gonna say, month and a half, and I don't know. I don't know. I just wake up happy now.
I love
So.
that. I've been waking up happy too. I was telling Devontae because he got me hype on that theme song. And so now, so y'all know, like when you meet somebody new and you get all excited, it's bullshit. No, but when you get all excited, and so when you wake up and as soon as your eyes open, that person is like the first thing that you think about on default. So for me, it's been this song. So as soon as I open my eyes, I hear tap into your G. It's like I don't know, a soundtrack, like I'm in a movie, I'm a character, I don't know, but that song has had me vibrating so high ever since I heard it. So, um, every day for me, so, has been really high vibrational. Anybody else want to share?
Hi, this is Ivory. I am
Hi.
totally not camera ready, so I gotta stay with my picture off.
You
But
fine.
thank you for the invite.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say that as you get deeper into the gratitude, you will constantly say thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yes.
because you are grateful and um you know that you are blessed and you have to verbally, in addition to your actions, show God and tell God that you are appreciative.
Absolutely. Because I noticed that about me too. Because I moved from gratitude so on autopilot now. It's like I'm always saying thank you, even out and about. Thank you to other people. Thank you to myself when things happen that aren't going my way. It seems I'm so grateful for that too. And I'm always like, thank you, because it's protection, no doubt. So thank you. That does, that is a big part of it too, um, which supports the feelings too. Because when you say thank you, unless you're being sarcastic, usually there is some kind of good feeling that goes with that because clearly you've just been given something, you've received something, you've missed out on something that wasn't going to be in your favor. So I think when we say thank you, for the most part, we mean it. Some people just say it, But Ivory, you say thank you a lot. I like the way Ivory says thank you too. And she'd be like, thank you. Say it, Ivory. Say thank you for us real quick. She ain't do it.
I'm over here laughing.
Was
I
I right or
can't.
wrong? Just
I
tell us,
can't
was
do it
I right
now.
or wrong?
I can't do it now. I'm working on please, but I have thank you together.
Okay, you
So yeah.
definitely got that one together. Okay, well,
Thank thank you, Delita.
thank you, Ivory. I appreciate that. So yeah, so the appreciation is gratitude in motion for sure. So, one of the biggest shifts I made on my own journey was realizing that gratitude isn't just about appreciating what I have, like physical things, right? It's also about appreciating who I am, appreciating where I am, like how far I've come, where am I going? Like, I'm appreciating all levels of me, in addition to, like, oh, thank you that I have a roof over my head and, my car is running. Because if I can feel grateful, peaceful, excited, hopeful, joyful, right now before the evidence of anything, like when this Zoom call blow up to like 1,000 people on here, it's like I'm no longer waiting for life to give me permission to feel good. Like I'm on standby for something good to happen before I can feel good. I'm choosing to feel good anyway. And that's the choice that really changes everything. So let me ask a question for those of you. I appreciate the interaction for those that are able to. What would change in your life if you stop waiting for things to improve before allowing yourself to feel good? Like instead of waiting for that moment, that thing that's like, oh, once I get my raise, once I get a man, once, I lose these 25 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Diana. You know what I'm talking about. It's just like, what could possibly change if you decided to change waiting to feel good for something because it's not yet physically in your sight.
I can chime in on that because I feel like that's a part of me where I'm at in my life right now. There's
Mm,
so many things I do want to do with I have ideas. I sometimes share it, sometimes I don't. And I realize some of those things can but it probably be really pretty good ideas. But
absolutely.
yeah, UG, because I've shared quite a few with you.
Yeah, and I'm like, "What we doing it?"
um,
You're like, "Yeah, no."
I think the possibilities are so endless, but I think for me, fear has always paralyzed me
Mm,
um, with moving forward with those things because it's always like um, it's never what if it blows up. It's always like God, what if I fail?
yeah.
Yeah, it's never like oh, and there's endless possibilities on where this can go. No, it's like oh God, what happens if it doesn't work?
I know. You got to be
you
grateful
know,
for your confidence.
yeah.
I think that's a good place to start is just confidence or even the affirmations that Wanda brought up. Like, why is my business thriving? Like, why is this the best idea anybody ever came up with? Like, why
Okay, I was
that, oh, why,
Mr. Lenny.
hold on, let me mute. That's okay. I got the mute button, y'all. I feel so powerful with this mute button. But yeah, because Sylvia, you do really have some great ideas. But I know it's easy to go to the what if things don't go well? But what if they went perfect, you know? So I'm
Yeah,
excited for
for
you
real.
to step into that part of you because you have some really great ideas.
Thanks, G.
I'm excited to see you step into that. So that's my gratitude for you. But that was a great example. Thank you for that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So a lot of times happiness, we connect it to certain conditions, right? So like I'll be happy when, you know, somebody move out my house. I'll relax when, all this debt is paid. I can celebrate when I'll feel successful when I can do when. But what if gratitude isn't just something to practice after life gets better, right? Because gratitude is actually one of the ways that can help life to get better. So, what if gratitude is not just a reaction to a circumstance, but what if it becomes like a way of life, like a way of being? So, if you can learn to appreciate the present moment and maintain peace when things seem unclear and feel good before anything shows up, then you broke through the resistance, right? It's no longer the resistance, then you make way for that flow. And so again, I will ask, can you be grateful for something before it arrives? It's just something to think about. Something.
Yes. Oh,
Yes. Oh, go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say yes because I'm grateful for all the things that we talk all the time, but it's like I feel it now. Like it's not like oh, it's just a thought. It's just like no, it's happening now. We just waiting for it to show up.
Yeah.
So I think I'm so happy that I'm back in this mindset because it's a stress-free way of living too. When you're not worried about if this is gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You just got to continue to just believe, and it's gonna happen. It's like I think when we stop believing or when life hits us, then we start doubting ourselves. I think that's the resistant part that you was talking about, and it kind of I don't know, it start this whole domino effect
It
of, oh,
does.
my life is messed up. I shouldn't did this and this shouldn't happen. It's my fault, blah, 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 blah. But so now I'm just, every day I just try to wake up with gratitude. Like I told you, I just be calm. I just be like, I don't know why I'm happy. I'm just
Doo-doo-doo.
happy.
I'm so happy for you too, because it's important, and that's where everything can come in. Like even me
Right.
sitting there waiting for that flight, if I was somebody else, I might have been like, "Oh my God, I'm not gonna get on the flight." That would have instantly removed me from that flight immediately. Like
Hmm.
I believe that because there was a man standing up there who had been standing there the whole boarding time, and then the lady comes and she's like, why are you not on the flight? Here's your boarding pass. And I'm like, he's taking my seat. And I'm like, no, I have a seat on that flight. So you just have to stay in gratitude. And of course, things are going to happen. We're going to talk about that too when challenges appear. It's not just like, let's just pretend that everything is great. That's not really how you handle that. And the other thing, Devontae, you made me think about is that being grateful for the outcome, for the manifestation, and not trying to figure out how this can happen.
Mhm.
Like set good example with your businesses. Like part of that whole maybe I won't be successful comes from I don't know how to do this. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to get it out to people where, somebody would really patronize my business, but all you got to do is decide that you have a thriving business and the way will be made. Like you'll be sent all the resources, the emails, the posts. People will reach out and text. Random strangers might give you the information. So it's just being grateful for that final thing and not worrying about how can this possibly ever happen because that's really none of your business. You just need to decide what it is, right? But in the process of waiting, you have to just learn to be grateful in the wait because it's easy to be grateful once things show up, but it's more powerful to be grateful before the things show up. That makes it easier for the thing to show up, just like I'm talking about that resistance versus the flow. So, all right. So you probably like, okay, G, that sounds really cute for raise your energy, but how do I actually do that? How do I feel grateful when the money hasn't shown up? How do I feel grateful when that relationship is still on my damn nerve? How do I feel grateful when I'm still waiting for that opportunity breakthrough or the answer? Which is a great question. It's fair, right? Because it's easy to be grateful after things work out. It's easy to be grateful when the money arrives and the relationship improves, when the job comes through, when everything is going in a nice flow and life is all peachy keen, right? But like Lauren was saying, like that's not where the faith grows. That's not where the trust grows. And that's not where the transformation is going to happen. So the practice of gratitude really happens in the waiting for the thing, right? It happens when you don't have all the answers. You don't know how it's going to work out. When things seem delayed, when nothing appears to be changing, gratitude becomes a choice because now you can be like, this is sucks and I'm still waiting, or like, oh, I'm grateful it's happening. I'm grateful. Gratitude before the thing shows up is based on trust, right? And the one way that you can help to shift your focus, I'm sorry, the one way like to practice gratitude in the developing stages of the thing is by shifting your focus. So don't worry about what's missing or like, I don't know who can help me set up this business, or I don't know how to get a job doing this type of thing or where this money might come from. So don't focus on what hasn't happened yet. You need to appreciate the things that are happening, even if it has nothing to do with that other thing. Because it doesn't matter that I'm happy because my lights are on, even though maybe my bank account is empty, but me having gratitude for these lights allows more flow to the bank account because I'm not anxious about all this stuff that didn't happen yet. When there's hundreds of things, everybody on this call has literally, I don't know y'all like that, hundreds of things that you can be grateful for in this moment. So instead of asking, like, why isn't the thing here yet? Start asking, what can I appreciate in this moment? Like in this very moment, I'm grateful. I appreciate everybody showing up for this call. You know what I mean? I'm grateful that you guys are listening and hopefully getting something out of this and maybe develop some gratitude practices or strengthen your sense of gratitude to open up that flow. And gratitude doesn't mean ignoring reality. So I said shift the focus, right? But just to clarify that having gratitude doesn't mean that everything is perfect, right? It doesn't mean you're going to ignore the challenges, deny the feelings. And absolutely, it doesn't mean that you're going to act like nothing is wrong if something clearly is, right? But one of the things that I've learned is that gratitude doesn't require me to deny what's wrong. It just asks me to ignore what's right. So I'll say it again. Gratitude doesn't require me to deny what's wrong. It simply asks me not to ignore what's right. Because two things can be true at the same time, right? You can acknowledge a challenge and still appreciate the blessings in your life. You can be disappointed, but still be grateful. You can be facing uncertainty and still trust that things are working out. The bills could be piling up to the ceiling, and you could still be thankful for income, opportunities, skills, resources, you know? So gratitude is, oh, did somebody say something? No?
I do got something to
I,
say, shoot,
Oh,
but oh,
go ahead.
oh no, I thought somebody else was talking. I was gonna say too, it's like when you feel like that, it kind of restarts when you can trick your brain back into thinking the positives. It kind of take your mind off of what's the negatives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then before you know it, more good things will continue to come. Like it's just like it's like a domino effect going the opposite way. It's like, yeah, my bills ain't paid, but look, somebody just gave me $200.
Yeah. Or my light bill did get paid, so I'm good on lights for the month. Like
Right.
it could be something small, like they didn't forget my Polynesian sauce in my Chick-fil-A order. Like little things, you know what I mean? They all add up. This vibration is real. It's how you attract, it's how you create. It's the most important thing that you have, and you have absolute control over that. Like, what am I thinking about that's making me stressed out? Okay, that's not a good feeling. Let me think about something else. Like, oh, I remember that time when I had to jump in the car on Devontae's lap, and there was a dog trying to viciously attack me. And
Why would you bring that up?
because that was a funny ass example of something that I can always think about, and it just cracks me up because I was terrified. That was just so ridiculous. So anyway, you just have those things where you have to realize, pay attention to your emotions. And when you feel the lower bad, not so good feelings, just know that you are putting up resistance for that thing that you're calling in.
And
So,
you do have someone with their hand up.
oh, sorry. I was trying, oh, my bad. Okay, go ahead. Yes, Miss Walker.
wait, am I unmuted?
You are unmuted.
Okay, yeah. I was just going to say, I was going to agree with you that about even when things don't go your way, to still have gratitude, because like for me, um wait, and I'm parked. How do I put myself back on camera? I don't know.
If you
Like for
tap
me,
on, oh, go ahead.
okay. So I had applied for uh a couple of different positions, and I did not get them. And they were all gassing me up. Oh, Lauren, you did a great job. You were high up on our rating, but we decided to go with somebody with a little bit more
Mhm.
experience. And it was just like, oh, man, okay. But yes, I was disappointed because, I just thought with my time with the company and my experience and stuff that I had it in the bag, but I did not.
Mm,
But even though I was disappointed, I'm still grateful that I still have my very gravy position. And you know what I do, Jalita, you know. So I'm still extremely grateful for that, because there's not a lot of people that can say that they have such a cushioned position like the one that I have, even though sometimes I get bored with it, because it's not as challenging anymore for me, but I'm still very grateful that I still have it. And next month would be year number, I think, 13 with Penske. So I'm
wow.
very grateful for that. Yeah, even though I was disappointed that I didn't get snatched into the Ford side of the
So
account, but
let me tell you something about the forward side of the account. Because you move from gratitude and you understand how faith works, this was such a big piece of protection for you. You did not belong in that place with those people, with that, whatever stress. Like it probably looked good from the outside. Maybe it's more money. Maybe you like, well, at least I don't have to do X, Y, and Z. But
right, right.
rejection is always your protection. So that to me is one of the most important gratitude lessons. When you have your heart set on something and you think like, oh no, if once I get this and it doesn't happen, that's the biggest time when I say thank you, because I know it just saved me from something that I don't even know what the hell I was about to get myself into. But
Yeah,
if it was aligned for you, then guess what? You would be there. So I'm grateful that you didn't get selected for those because that wasn't a good fit for you. But I'm sure
yeah.
that the perfect thing is gonna come your way. Yes, ma'am. Diana. Dirty Diana. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, good evening.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, ever since the last time you were on Zoom and you began to talk about gratitude,
Mm,
that sat with me for days.
mm,
And I remember right after that, I got sick when I accidentally double dosed myself on medication.
mm,
That's a testimony within itself. And I remember my daughter saying to me, she says, Mom, she said, you all right? She said, you've been praying about it. I'm trusting this night. I said, oh, I ain't worried. Because I thought that she felt I was worried.
mm,
And what I said to her, and it made me cry when I said it to her, I said, I said, Kiki, don't worry about it. Because I'm at a place in my life where it's not that I don't believe not going to be healed. But even if he doesn't heal me, he's done so much for me before. I'm still grateful.
mm.
It could be worse. Somebody, lost somebody today. Somebody struggling in a hospital. I'm able to be treated from my physicians and still be home because I don't like, going in person and, dealing with hospitals and stuff with all the things that we have going on in the world. And I said, God, that showed me growth in myself, that it wasn't that I was just going to appreciate him if he healed me instantaneously. But even if I had to go through the course of the sickness, which I did because by double dosing, I had to allow a double dose of something to wear off. That was a
Mm,
7 day suspension that now I'm giving myself 14 days. So it was a course that I had to go through. So it taught me something about patience and it showed me myself because even through the pain, and I'm telling you, it was excruciating, and I'm not one that can bear pain very well. Every day I said, God, I still thank you because it could have been worse. So it showed me something about myself as far as a level of maturity because it wasn't even about asking him for anything because I knew that he was able to, you know what I'm saying, do that thing. So it
man.
just shifted me to like a whole nother level, about gratitude because a lot of times it's not even about asking for anything. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And that's a place when you can just sit there and say, you know what? I'm not even gonna ask him for that. He done did too much. I seen him do this. I seen him do that.
that's
And it just really blessed me. So I'm grateful for this Zoom. I'm grateful for
mm,
what you're doing with it because gratitude is just it's powerful because I'm seeing where I never paid attention before, you know,
mm.
and and I'm done. But there's so many levels to gratitude too is just mind blowing because within that, even though I was sick, I had a peace in being that way. Where other times I'd be hyped up, and then as you know, that would ignite other things that happen because we know what stress does. But
Yeah,
I did not have the stress.
that's amazing. That's so
So I'm
powerful.
grateful that you have this because I'm telling you, it's just really it's been a blessing. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. That was amazing because it's like you could be angry, like, oh, but you chose, like, you know what? You looked out for me so much. Like, I'm grateful anyway, even though I don't know what's about to happen the next moment to moment because of how you were feeling. But that's just powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And there is power in gratitude. And just real quick, I see CT, you got your hand up, and I wanted to just acknowledge Gail has said in the thing that she's being grateful for her contribution and skills to her community of care, giving love, and receiving love. And she is an amazing community person, caregiver, and then CT, you can come off mute, but she had also put in the chat when it's for you, it's always easy and effortless. And I think that kind of speaks to what Lauren was saying about not getting the positions. Uh,
Yes, that's exactly why I put that in the chat because I've experienced something similar to what what she was talking about. I ran for sheriff in 2023, and so I was devastated when I did not win, and wasn't just looking at where God was leading me to or what He was leading me to. I let it get to me when the Bible clearly tells you, "Let not your heart be troubled."
mm,
So I got another job, better paying job, less stressful job, and the job is easy and effortlessly. And that's how I actually received the job because I I went to an interview for the same job, but they wanted to put me somewhere that I did not want to be. So I came back to the house and I said, Lord, that's not what I asked for.
Mm,
And I stated again what I asked him for. So I sat at the house 3 more weeks and wasn't bothered about what job I was going to get or none of that. And I got a phone call and they told me, how fast can I get there? And I was like, okay, I'll be there at a certain time. There was no pushback. There was nothing, no opposition, any of that. So me not winning sheriff was actually a blessing for me. And I
mm.
thought maybe that it would be a blessing if I actually became sheriff. But the stress, God knew that I wouldn't be able to handle the stress, handle the backstabbing and stuff like that. So God he had his hand in it the whole time. So I just wanted to, let y'all hear that.
That is dope. I love that. I love that. And that's a great example of like, because you have an idea being sheriff, everybody would think like that's probably a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? But you have put in so much work, and you deserve to be sheriff. But did you really want to? Did you want to, once you realize all the hassle and headache, you winding down your career, it looks good on paper, but is it worth your energy, your emotions being sucked into that? Like you said, it's a lot of gossip and because you have you're from a smaller town area. But that was a great example to share about being grateful anyway, taking it easy emotionally, not getting worked up about what the next opportunity is. And somebody just said, hey, how fast can you get here? Like you wasn't on Indeed searching for, with angry energy, like, oh, I can't believe I'm looking for a job after all of that. So I think that's great. Thank y'all. I really do appreciate y'all, giving us some input. So, what else? Okay, so we only have a few minutes left. So, real quick, I just want to talk about future gratitude. So, basically, we already talked about this over and over. Like, if we can find something to appreciate in our current circumstances, can we also be grateful for a future outcome before we see evidence of it? So it's future gratitude. So a lot of people use gratitude as like a rear view mirror. Like, they look back and appreciate what already happened, right? And that's important too. But what if we looked at gratitude more like a windshield? What if gratitude could help us focus on where we're going? So, future gratitude is the practice of feeling grateful now for the desired goal, dream, or outcome that you haven't yet physically experienced. And it's not because you're pretending or denying your current reality, but it's because you're choosing to align with the feeling of already having the thing. So, example, instead of saying something like, I'll be grateful when I get a house, you might say, I'm so grateful for my beautiful new home. Instead of, I'll be happy when I find a good man, you might say, I'm so grateful for the loving, healthy relationship in my life. Instead of, I'll be grateful when my finances improve, what about, I'm so grateful for the abundance that supports me every day? So, what happens when you do that is you shift your focus, which shifts your energy, which shifts your emotions. And when your emotions shift, that's when the experience of life for you begins to shift also. So, right now, in our last few minutes, I want everybody to think about uh, something that you would love to experience in your life. It could be a goal, a dream, relationship, opportunity, breakthrough, improvement of your health, anything that feels meaningful to you, right? Something that you just, you know. Now, instead of describing it as like someday or something that you hope would happen, express gratitude for it like it's already manifested in your life. So I'm so grateful for, I don't
I'll,
know, does anyone want to go ahead?
I'll go first. I'm thankful for my daughter. In the last few years, we've gone through a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful that she's still like pushing through some of the things that she's gone through. She's still not giving up, and she's still trying to enjoy life. Sometimes I'm stressed before for her sometimes,
Yeah, it's hard.
and like yo, but mommy, I'm okay. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that she's not giving up like, a lot of people would or some of her peers. that have gone through some of the things that she's gone through have, or just resort back to some of the old things, or however the case may be. I'm just
Mm,
grateful for her for just you know, pushing and just not giving up. I'm grateful for just new opportunities, new things to come about, for both her and I. There are things that I want to see come to pass. So I'm grateful for those things coming to pass and really flourishing.
I love
Um,
it. That's
yeah.
perfect. And it's good to be grateful for others, you know, because it's like, oh, what about my life? But obviously your daughter is a big part of your life. But even by being grateful for her, you know, getting more you know, stable or whatever the correct word is, you know, that we would use for her being in a good place, I'll say. You know, that helps to keep her in that good place because that's your expectation for her and your gratitude for her.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. Anybody else want to share something that they want to be grateful for that this future future timeline thing?
Yes, pursuing my education.
Mm, good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a big deal. I'm gonna say I'm gonna get 100 people on this Zoom call. That's my gratitude. I'm grateful for that. I love this. I appreciate the interaction and it just makes me wanna continue, you know, and like I keep telling the people that I think some of you have been here each time from day one, I'm gonna keep showing up, you know. Maybe we might take a break like for 4th of July weekend or something like that, but for the most part, I'll be here. So if any one person shows up, we will sit here and we will talk about gratitude. So, um, but just when you think of that thing that you want to manifest or call into your life and express gratitude for it, you just pay attention to how that feels when you just feel grateful anyway, you know? It just feels different because practicing future gratitude is not about predicting the future. It's really about practicing the feeling you want to experience now. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Neville Goddard. He was an author, a teacher. He was like the most master manifester in the world, I feel like. Well, one of the greats, I'll say. But he has a book called The Feeling is the Secret, and it was published in 1944. But the feeling of gratitude, it doesn't matter what you physically see, it's about what you feel, because that's the part that's really transmitting out. Yes, the words have power, of course. The feelings, though. So Neville Goddard says, imagination alone is not enough. You must pair your vision with the specific emotion or feeling you would experience if your desire were already here. You got to get into the feeling state because the feeling is the secret. So sometimes the greatest gift of gratitude isn't that it changes your circumstances, is that it changes you before your circumstances change. So gratitude can change you so that it also allows the flow and making that connection of you with the thing that you're calling in. So I got 3 things that I would like you guys to reflect on. You could write them down if you want. No pressure, no big deal. Just some things to think about for the week. So what's something that you're grateful for today, which I think most of us have shared things, or at least you've thought of something to be grateful for since we've been together this past hour. Another question, what is a challenge that has taught you something valuable? Something still to be grateful for in the challenge. And the third thing I would have you think about is what is one future outcome you're grateful for right now? So just think about those things, you know, and maybe you can take some of that with you throughout the week. Did anybody want to share any of those? I know those are kind of the things that we've already talked about, but I want to make sure I don't miss, you know, leave anybody out if you wanted to add
Yeah,
anything.
I wanted to add just a little bit. When I entered this competition, the People's Artist, I had no clue, none, that I would even make it this far. I considered myself a winner for just even uh, ap- applying to be in it in the first place. Actually, going through the motions, putting my profile on, and for me, I really did feel that I'm a winner in my book because just for me to push past that point, just to even post my profile,
Yeah.
um, it made me feel like a winner. And I have a very, very, I wouldn't even call it a circle. I can probably count, well, no, if it's not probably, I can count the number of people I call friend on one hand. So with few, that small of a circle, I knew, and this is like a popularity contest in a
Mm,
way.
okay.
Um, again, I had no clue I would even make it this far. So, it started in when, I can't even remember. I'm not even gonna lie. Uh, let's just say it's been like a month, I believe, over a month,
Mhm.
and to end up being, there was 78. I don't know how many groups of people there was, but in my group alone, there was 78 people, and it has narrowed down to the top five, and I am one of those top five. I am number four.
I love
So
it.
again, I am such
Congratulations.
a winner. Thank you.
You are a winner. Everybody
That's
clap it
right.
up. We got the people's artists live and direct with us here. So congratulations. And I'm glad that you were able to, even though you're like, well, if it's about popularity, like I'll know three people. Like, how am I gonna get? But look at that didn't even matter. You knew the right three
Mm-mm.
people, apparently, because you made it to number four out of 78 people. So
Yes,
I,
yes.
I want you to keep that vibration high and just be grateful. Imagine, so you already see what it looks like when they like send you your screenshot, like you're number four.
Yeah.
You are an artist. You can draw that or just re-visualize the number one and be
Mm.
grateful and tap into your G that way. You got to
Okay.
get
Okay.
those visual elements there to support that energy to keep it going. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I'll get started on something tonight. Oh,
Oh,
yep.
good. Did anybody else have anything before we get ready to head on out?
To congratulate Laquanda too. That's awesome.
Oh, Lawanda, yes.
Thank
Lawanda.
you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Oh,
yeah. But
because
I want to be grateful for number three. What is one future outcome you're grateful for right now? Is I've been dealing with some physical challenges,
mm,
dealing with some knee joint issues. And I want to be grateful because I want to believe and know that I have a complete healing coming and I am going to be able to run again and do all the things that I've done before. So I want to be grateful for that right now. Thank you, Ms. G, for
Can
this opportunity to say that I'm grateful for a complete healing that's coming my way.
it's here. It's already here. So I'm grateful that you are already healed. Because another thing that sometimes we're like, it's coming, it's coming. Like when in 2055? Like it's now. It's right now. You are healed. And I'm grateful for that on your behalf. And I know it takes time to get comfortable sometimes with saying things a certain way, but it makes a difference. It really does.
can I
Um,
say something to Gail?
oh, sure. He's an artist too.
Gail, so this was the later part of 2024. Um, I knew that I needed to do something for my health. I was like, I am too young. Okay, well, I'll be 60 on the 20th, just to let y'all know.
Wow.
But I said, I am too young. This was in the later part of 2024. Yeah, 2024, um, that if I bent down to get something, I had to support myself on a chair, or if I got down on the floor, I call one of the kids come help me up, or I needed to be by a chair or a couch to get. And I said, you know what, you have to do something about it. Anyway, make a long story short, I did a 10-day raw food challenge. Literally just 10 days. I signed up for it. I saw it in IG. Vegan Auntie is her name. But anyway, you just eat raw. Just don't cook it. Don't cook. Eat as natural as you possibly can within your means or whatnot. By day three, I was seeing stuff that uh, I had no clue could even be up in me. I'll put it that way. And then by day five, I had so much, I call it boundless energy.
Mm,
I didn't even know I could feel like this. I said, man, I think I was in my 20s the last time I felt like this.
wow.
And I think it was day 6 or 7. Something fell. I was doing something. It fell on the floor. I picked it up. Picked it up, and I'm finished doing it. I said, "Whoa! I
You didn't
just did
have to help.
that.
Yeah.
Didn't need the help. It didn't feel my knees. Oh, that was the thing. It was my knees. My knees, girl. I got my knees back doing that 10-day raw food challenge. I got my knees back. I could
Wow.
squat down and stand right back up and down. By the end of that 10 days, I felt so good. I did another 4 days, and then
Wow.
started introducing, you know, cooked food, like I would eat soup or whatever. And now to this day, my knees are an indication of when I have too much sugar, because I can eat cookies, I can eat ice cream or whatnot, but if I go overboard the next day, my knees, I will feel that I'm going up the stairs and go, oh, and when that happens, I know to back off. And it's a beautiful thing. And I'm serious. So just try it. Just try it.
Yeah.
Go as long
And
as you can. I'm telling you, you will get your knees back, girl. If it's
that's
your knees, because that was my problem specifically, my knees. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you
You're
for that.
welcome.
that was perfect, guys. Diana, go.
Oh, okay. Just quickly, I just wanted to ask, when you send out the Zoom invitations, is
Yes.
it something that's shareable? Because I heard you mention about the growing and how many numbers you would like to see. So I want to know, is that shareable? Because this is so powerful. To I can't help but to want to network with other people that we can help invite into find out what this G energy is all about.
Yes. It's
You get what I'm
absolutely
saying? So
shareable.
I think, yes, can
I'm
we
still
do that?
figuring it out. I'm gonna definitely the link is shareable, but also too, because I know several people that are here have come more than once. Within the invitation, there's somewhere you can just have it add to your calendar so you get a reminder every Sunday. But it is just a regular Zoom link that is shareable. So I'm working on better ways to get it out. And then, it's like people doing stuff. So it's like, oh, it's 6 o'clock. I try to send it an hour before, but sometimes that's too much time for people. Sometimes it's not enough. Then you have good intentions, and then by 7 o'clock, it's like, I'm watching my show. I forgot all about that. Sometimes I get a message like 8:30, so and so joined the Zoom call. Like, dang. So we're gonna work it out. But thank you, y'all my warriors on here. So I appreciate even you asking the question about that. So thank you, ladies, so very much. I do appreciate this. Um, so look at Wanda talking about, I'm glad to share I got my knees back. I'm grateful too for them knees, because that's life, boy. That check knee light come on when you get about 32, it's over. So I need to go raw too. So in closing, I just want everybody to keep in mind about appreciating what's going right today. So the question is, like, how can I appreciate what's going right today while expressing gratitude for tomorrow's possibilities? Because gratitude does not deny us to, does not require us to deny what's wrong, rather, I'm sorry, but it asks us to not ignore what's right. So when we learn to appreciate the moments while remaining open to what's positive, we create more flow and less resistance. And that's where gratitude becomes more than a practice. It becomes a way of being. It becomes a part of your daily operation. So I do thank you all for joining me this evening. And until next time, please be happy, be grateful, be mindful, be you. Thank you, ladies. Have a
Thank
great
you.
week.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank